All right. It is showing me as live. There we are. Beautiful. All right. Let's warp to sunrise. Okay. And launch. I really need to find my damn charging cable for these headphones. Well, I suppose. I might just not have game audio today. That's okay, though. All right. Surface info close. Let's get asset guidance up. Engage. Okay. I'll get OBS pulled up on my second monitor just so that if this is deafeningly loud, I can correct. Oh, it's deafening. Fuck me. Wow. Sorry. Hi. Good morning. Hope I didn't deafen anybody. Stop that. There we go. Fuck, that was loud. Jesus, that was loud. This is probably the last time we're gonna use Alicorn. To be fair. But so we have a much more capable vehicle in the pipeline. But I gotta get science. Now, it's showing us 500 meters per second short. If that is the case, I'm gonna probably restart the launch, given it just didn't stage the launch clamps for some reason. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but yeah, we will see. It usually underestimates our total delta V quite a bit, though. I'm just not 100% sure. We shall see. Okay, decouple top node. We should have charge. We do. Warp until we're basically at apoapse. And fire in the hole. I think we're going to be a little short just because of the pad incident. Yeah. Alright, let's restart. We should still have that engine failure that we had. Finally learned how to do imperial to metric and vice versa in chem. Nice. Yeah, I'm in the process of switching over to like metric in my personal life. I have been living my day-to-day in Celsius lately, and it's been honestly not as bad as I figured it would be. I don't know. Alright, stop at stage 4. Ignition. Oh, right. It's a fucking avionics thing because they hate me. Alright, let's try this again. I love metrics so fucking much. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm a big proponent of it. I just have not lived my day-to-day life in it, and I've struggled to, like, sort of make myself understand it truly and whatever. But I mean, I've wanted to make the switch for quite a while. Just I'd never gotten around to it. But yeah. Alright, so as soon as we lift off, gonna cut that. And we really ought to have the Delta V still. So up and away we go. We did suffer an engine failure or performance loss or something. 194. Looks to keep the ISP though, which is nice. I assume that's the exact failure that happened last time. I think failures in RP-1 are sort of predetermined in that way. But yeah. Whoa, fuck. If this fails, though, we might just have to sort of call it. I'm gonna try to get this thing into basically the least demanding orbit that I could possibly do. As that'll at least give me the most of my margins. Okay. Has a mind of its own. It really does. Like, it really, really does. I never know what the fuck this thing's gonna do. Okay. So, disengage. Get us locked in. And honestly, we are so close to Apoaps that we're not going to bother staging it in 2 parts. We're just going to lock in and stage at Apoaps. Okay. Okay, we are off. We're looking like maybe slightly better than we were last time, but I don't think we make orbit. Oh, barely. Barely didn't. Fuck. Well, we'll get some science. But we're gonna burn up before we get really much. I guess we're gonna launch SciSat 2, which was my backup plan, which admittedly should be built in a lot less time, be cheaper, and be more capable. But we'll see. I just would like to get some kind of scientific benefit from this. And I don't foresee that happening. God, especially because we're just going to be out over the Atlantic by the time we burn up. Damn. With any luck, we'll be able to establish a connection with the Kano comms station, but I don't foresee that happening. Given our periaps is already falling, odds are not great. Odds are not great. I kind of wish that we had just like boosted up and gone high and far. Or high and short rather than low and far. But bygones are bygones and it's too late now. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Surprised by how long this thing's lasting, but there we go. Alright, well, great start, isn't it? Let's get to it. So our next vehicle is going to be the Blahaj 2D, which is an orbit capable evolution of the Blahaj 2C. Don't know what that debris is, but sure. And we will be launching the next SciSat on that vehicle instead. In my opinion, a lot more capable, a lot better in general, and hopefully it serves us well. So let's get this thing out. SciSat 2. Okay. 9.4 is kind of pushing it, but 9.1 is not going to be enough. So what the fuck? Hold on. There we go. So a couple ways that we can go about this. But think 1 is just making it smaller. 2 is making these smaller. Okay. So that's the sort of theoretical smallest size that we can get. God, and we still don't have enough delta V, do we? Removing the fairings does actually do the trick. Maybe toggle these open and closed. Maybe we can make the fairings smaller. Okay. That's 9.2. Which is something. But it's probably not going to be enough. Now, we could always do what we did last time. And that is just double boost it, essentially. Kind of like that. That gives us 9.4, and that's respectable. But we're gonna need to make the fairings bigger, which does sort of limit that somewhat. Let's see. That's a good fairing. That should theoretically work. I say we sim it first, but this is basically the same blahage. It's just using XLR or X405s instead of XLR 10s, I think was the engine we were using before. And the difference is that these have an ISP of 214. These ones have an ISP of 278. So there's a pretty significant increase in ISP. Not a huge increase in thrust. Overall, the performance is pretty similar there. But, yeah. 224. It's rated for 225. Let's fill the fucking fins. I mean, give this thing as much fuel as we can handle. Total vehicle mass is 52 tons. Let's operate with 52 tons of avionics. 44 minutes of electric charge should be enough. That gets us almost all the way up to 9.5 kilometers per second, which I would say is probably going to be enough. Hopefully, it doesn't suffer the same stage separation issues that Alicorn had, and we can get a vehicle that is more reliable than previous generations. As we've had one success in 3 launches. Shockingly, it was our first launch that went off without a hitch, but we are steadfast approaching the point where we're going to need another success. Or we're going to be in deep shit. So, Ascent, target for a periaps of like 150. Right, just absolute bottom. As low as we can get it. And ignition. And I'm gonna tell you to stop at stage 0. Might overtake manual control, but I don't know yet. We shall see. In testing, this thing has proven pretty reliable, but I've also been using the upgraded Gamma 301 instead of the 201, so I'm not 100% sure. Good thing is, it gets an absolute kick in the pants at takeoff, so give me 1 second though. I think I hear somebody knocking. All right, I am back. Let's see if this thing can make orbit. Oh shit, I don't have hot staging tuned. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, big bet. It pitches over like a delta, which I think is good this early in game. And we only had a little bit of a wiggle there. It's holding itself together pretty well. Go ahead and ditch the fairings. It's still showing us with positive delta V, which I don't know that I believe, but it's a good sign. Oh shit. This is actually not staging properly either. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we make that. Oh yeah, we make that. All right. And that's orbit. It's a really high orbit, actually. Fuck yes. Probably it's gonna run out of charge here in a sec, but that ain't bad. That ain't bad. All right. So we'll queue this one up and we'll have a new launch vehicle. Thankfully, this one does not have nearly as much of a mind of its own as Alicorn did. All right. Save. And we have to modify the LC, I think. If I'm recalling correctly. I think I just hit modify. Oh, right. We have, like, something going on the pad. So let's move staff from this pad to this one. Put the rest in the hangar for right now. And And it'll be like 3 or 4 days till we're allowed to upgrade the pad because we have to go clean it. And then, yeah. But in the meantime, we can do... You should do blowage on every celestial body you land on? Yes. Yes, I should. That... I don't know. We could probably do that with crew. I think I accepted the contract that Miku's gonna do. No, I didn't. Okay. So she can do high supersonic. So we're going to accept that. And we're going to, I guess, warp to this. We'll see if either of our astronauts are ready. They're not. Oh, yeah. I hired a second astronaut off stream. Meet Michelin, I think. Yeah, Michelin, our new recruit. But yeah, we're gonna recover, or we're gonna do Miku. We're gonna launch this new SciSat. Hopefully, it will allow us to have crew in space by the end of 1958, I think, and then we should be on course to have crew in orbit in the early 60s. So, other thing we're gonna do. So we're going to tool everything because we want this being built as fast as possible. We're going to modify the pad. Modify. Yep. And I don't know how long that takes. 37 days. Fuck. That is not great. Well, good news is it's only going to take 70 days to build. So we should actually be okay. But damn, keeping pace with real life is hard. Yeah, isn't it? No, it's rough. And we were actually over a year early on our first satellite. It's just rockets this early in the game are not reliable. But I mean, we're doing everything we can. So Kelly should be good to go tomorrow. Go ahead and warp. Well, that was 2 days, but that's fine. Construction. We'll take 100 out of here. Launch Complex 3. I'm curious. I don't want to cancel it though, but I want to see what the max amount of staff I can put on this launch pad is, but I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll just have to wait to do layoffs. But yeah, this contract that we are about to do is for high supersonic, maintain 700 to 725. Don't really think there's any altitude requirement. You just got to maintain that for 3 minutes. We can do that. And I think that's going to be probably the fastest that we can get Miku to without just really scuffing her up. As her engines are thermal limited at about that speed. So we're gonna run into a wall sooner or later, but till then we're just gonna keep pushing it, I guess. Sorry if y'all could hear door slamming. University housing came by. Not quite sure why, but We ball. All right. We are up and we are off. We want to basically get this plane headed due south. And then once we do, we can get into a pretty steady climb at full throttle and just ascend to some kind of altitude that we can cruise at this. No, deadass, that's kind of the tone I answered. I was like, hello? Can I help you? Because I was just I was in the middle of doing something, but doesn't matter to them. It's another student though, so like I wasn't gonna be too hard on her. I just tried to talk loudly enough to let her know that I had an audience, but apparently that didn't work. But yeah, we should be able to hit 725 right around here, 18, 19 kilometers, maybe even higher. And yeah, get surface info pulled up. We want to be climbing a little bit more. I think the term that I'm looking for is slip, that we need more slip. But we basically need more rate of acceleration change in the vertical axis. We need to be adjusting our climb faster before we hit altitudes that are going to give us problems. So 700 to 725. Oh, but we're climbing too hard. Hold on. It's going to be very finicky, but we can do it. X-planes are just somewhat finicky, I guess, by their nature. Excuse me. Fuck. But yeah, this might be, knock on wood, don't piss her off, this might be Miku's last flight. At least for a while. We might take her out every once in a while just to get astronauts trained, but yeah, this might be the final flight of Miku. Because there's not a whole lot of reason to keep her around, unfortunately. Till RP-1 adds, like, late game X-planes or whatever, but I don't foresee them ever doing that, if I'm being honest. Alright, we're experiencing some heating on the cockpit, but, other than that, we're doing okay. Got about 50 seconds left. Believe I can just keep the throttle exactly where it is, and we'll be good. All right, we are cleared to land. So let's bring it around. See how high we can get. 30 kilometers ain't bad. Okay. Get the gear down, just increase our bit of passive drag a little bit. Not looking to stall the aircraft, but I am looking to get it pretty slow. Okay. There we go. Had to get rid of moderation for a second there. So we were cutting it close. But there we go. Whoa. Nearly had it. Probably should have executed to go around there, but we stuck it. At least so far we did. I'm gonna keep my hand on the abort button just in case. But yeah, that is a not so textbook landing. Let's get her back to the spaceplane hangar. Miku does not want this to be her last flight. But she doesn't know how to ask nicely. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab some water because my chest feels kind of tight. I could probably use some water. And yeah, I'll be right back. Huzzah, I have returned. All right. So somewhere in the fray there, we got 0.2 science. Which leaves us quite close to this. But I don't know if it would be more sensible to get this node so that we can get this camera back, or to save up and push for crude. Because no other science experiments really need the recovery. I'm almost wondering how viable a suborbital flight of said camera might be, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Because I could probably modify the Blahaj to D. To be able to support this kind of flight. Let's see. Okay. I am gonna do something. Okay, cool. That is not picking up. If y'all can hear my game audio echoing through my microphone, let me know, because it's... My headphones are dead, and I don't know where the charger is. I think I left it at my friend's house. So, yeah. Photography 2. Okay, so... You have a decently limited thermal allowance, but... Okay, that's pretty much perfect. We just would need a chute for this. Show parachute editor, previous size, apply settings, and we're good. And a decoupler down here. And in theory, that gives us what we need. In practice, I have no idea, but maybe, right? So we look at this. This gives us way more delta V than we really need. Does this have multiple ignitions? No. I have an idea. Yeah, I have an idea. We're gonna basically just use this stage to brake. See, we don't have heat shields unlocked. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. But my thinking is that we can include some kind of small rocket to sort of retro rocket us. Either we could launch this with the full Baby Sergeant stack and just use the Baby Sergeants to decelerate. Or we could do this and launch straight up. I just don't know how high this is going to get us in terms of... Oop, y'all can hear that. There we go. In terms of, like, total loft, right? I don't know how high this is going to get us. Should be pretty high, though. Because it takes about 2,000 to get out of the atmosphere. With 4,000, we should hypothetically be at, you know, maybe 500 kilometers tops. Yeah, roundabout. A little bit more. That's fine. So we're gonna hope and pray that the staging of this engine is enough to give it ullage and actually, like, ignite it. So I need to kill that. We're gonna do smartass, surface up, ignite that engine, and burn, baby, burn. Okay. Ditching. Ah, fuck. We don't have the, we don't have the avionics. Fuck. Well, we'll see how well this survives. Well, this thing's spinning already, which is suspect. But I mean, that was somewhat successful. Let's hold on. So I'm gonna make two changes. A, I'm gonna give it a science course that we can control from it. B, I'm gonna give it a baby sergeant, and we're just gonna do this full bore and fill this fuel tank up all the way. Which gives us like 8 kilometers per second, which is way too much, objectively. But maybe this works. I don't know. So give me a science core. Make it as tiny as we can. And then stick the parachute on top. Whoop. Maybe not as tiny as we can, but pretty damn small. Retract that. Make this the root part. And we are gonna do I guess that. Baby sergeant, we'll do this. We'll put a like a payload shroud here. 1.6, 1.6. Set the height down. Put the extra height up. And we will see how well this works. Stage that off. Burn that. This burns here. And then that burns like that. So that gives us 7 kilometers per second. Now, problem is we're going to need some way to point it. Which is an ask. I don't know that that's like a terrible ask, but it's an ask. We're going to need some kind of RCS. We're going to want to probably take... Well, we can't put anything in there. We can fit RCS tanks in here. So we're going to want to take some conventional structure stuff. Make these little tiny balls. about yay big. Eight of them, maybe. And then nitrogen gas. So toggle open closed. Let's try this. I don't reckon that this works very well. But that said, if it does, fucking awesome. I just don't see that really being a likely outcome. But I mean, in theory, this is no different than putting like the retro pack on Mercury and breaking it on the way into the atmosphere. It just is uncrewed and with a tiny little camera. I'm hoping that its lightweight combined with high surface area from the air brakes will allow it to not delicately enter the atmosphere, but enter the atmosphere in one piece. We'll see. But I'm gonna fly this thing completely by the seat of my pants. Just so that we're getting some uniformity in our results. Because if we can do this without the heat shield, then we don't need the heat shield yet. We're gonna have to research it to get crew. It's a requirement to get orbital space planes, but we won't have to research it yet. This takes about 1.5 seconds to boot up, so we're gonna give it about 1 second of lead time. We are going for distance, so we're gonna aim this thing at about 45 and hope for the best. Igniting that, staging off, and we're good to go. Actually, we should probably go for something similar to an orbit, just to sort of maximize our science. I assume this is biome specific. It is. Okay, cool. Okay. So when we get a little bit closer into the atmosphere, okay. We're gonna go ahead and arm the RCS and get this thing flipped over. Hello. All right. For some reason, it's not cross-feeding the prop. Or no, we have caps lock on. No, that's not it either. Enable crossfade? Do we not have avionics? Is that the problem? That might be the problem. Hold on. Smartass, point us retrograde. Thank you. Thank you. And we're gonna just fire it. Slow down as best we can. This isn't exactly an ideal run, but it gets the idea across. Oh my god. Hold on. Because we ought to have control here. Okay, we do. Oh, fuck! I didn't know that it decoupled the top node, too. Interesting. Okay. Judging by those temperatures, though, I would say we can make it. I think this is doable. It's a bit silly, but it's doable. I think maximizing flight time, though, is going to be launching and pitching into a 45-degree angle so that we spend as much of our time as possible out over the ocean, really just climbing as much as we can. RP-1 devs would not like to see this, but that's fine. I don't even really feel like this is cheesing it much. We're using the parts at our disposal to make essentially some kind of early high-ad type heat shield, where it's non-ablative, but relies more on surface area. And then we're using retro rockets, which are a pretty well understood thing. So we're gonna break this off into its own stage. But yeah, that is about the best trajectory we could ask for. And we're gonna get maybe a quarter of the science done. Probably not, probably like a fifth. So engage the RCS. Point us retrograde, please, MechJeb. If you could be so kind. Deploy the air brakes. Separate the fairings. And ignition. Staging. This is not pointing the direction I wanted it to. That's fine. It's slowing down. It's doing what it needs to do. Oh, actually, we're gonna need this open to, There you go, buddy. There you go. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. If I decrease your angle a little bit? No. Why do you not want to be a capsule? Why do you hate being a capsule so much? All right, so what do we have on board this in terms of data? Current vessel, telemetry analysis, photography 2. We have plus 0.06. That's not great, but it's also not horrible. We can do film recovery using no heat shield. It'll take a while. It won't be very productive quite yet, but we can do it. And that's impressive in its own right. So we're going to hold off. We're going to research the X-15 node as soon as we can. And we're going to go for crewed space before entry, descent, and landing is unlocked. Which might not be the play, but I think it's valuable. My logic is that we can get hypersonic flight data, and we can get high altitude flight data, and those are incredibly valuable. Now, we can get hypersonic flight data right now. We technically get both of those right now, but the easiest way is just to do an X-15 style Kármán line flight, and really just get both of them at once. Or, well, not both of them at once, but be able to get both of them with a single plane. Okay, so you're back in by the 2nd of November. We'll put you in Luca. Okay, 2nd of November has come and passed. Oh, I should have been working on mounting you to the air launch carrier. Oh well, that's fine. Warp to sunrise. Okay. Whoa, that's the VAB. Meant to go to the... not the admin building. Whatever the contract building is called. Public affairs? I don't know. But we're going to see what kind of contracts Luca can do. The answer is probably not any. The X-1 cockpit's limiting us to 75 kilometers. But it isn't limiting us to sub-hypersonic speeds. We've actually been able to hit, I mean, almost Mach 6 in that cockpit. Just not hold it for very long. But yeah, we'll see if there's any contracts that look doable. That one's not doable. That one's not doable. That one we can't do, and we can't do any of those. So, we are doing it for science. Air launch. Yes. Build tanks and launch. Alright, so this'll, I think, be my first hypersonic flight on stream. Which, ooh, exciting. But I've done a couple off camera, still recording, but not live. God damn, why does my chest feel so tight? Weird. Anxiety, maybe. But I'm probably fine. Heartbeat feels normal. I ain't gonna worry about it. We're gonna go ahead, engage everything that we need to engage. Throttle set to full. We gotta change our staging real quick. 2, 1. Ignition. And we are climbing. No clouds in the upper atmosphere today. Very clear, clean day for flying. Okay, so I believe the The requirement is 1,500 meters per second. So what I've been doing is I've basically been climbing to the surface, or the service ceiling of the experiment, which is about 40 kilometers, and then just kind of leveling off and hitting that speed, and then throttling down the engines. Which we're overshooting it, which isn't good, but we're gonna throttle down the engines all the way. Okay, we are out of fuel. Where the fuck are we? Quite away from the Space Center, so I could just put it down anywhere that I can. We want to try and ride out this 1.5 kilometer per second speed as long as we can. But we are sub-hypersonic now, at least according to RP-1. Ferrum said that we were sub-hypersonic a while ago, but everybody seems to have their own definition, don't they? Okay. So, rolling a little bit to the south. I'm going to actually try and roll a little bit more north. Land in this clear spot of sky right here. By doing some pretty hard S-turns. Desperately try not to lose any wings. But yeah, let's get surface info pulled up just so that we have our sort of landing aids. Unfortunately, the sky does not look as clear as I thought. We're gonna probably need to crank the ambient light boost. But that's all right. Night vision activated. And let's get this thing on the ground, shall we? Okay. 250 meters per second, or 250 meters. We're going to try and pull this thing out of its dive just a little bit. little more. Find our shadow. Ooh, bit of hard touch. Don't side spin. Alright. Not an ideal landing, but one that we'll take. Let's get us back to the Space Center. Oof. All right. It's what, like 4 days, 5 days, a week. Not bad. 2.2 science. We can do X-planes. Or Kármán line X-planes, rather, to be more specific. Let's fucking go. Okay. So that will be done in 186 days. We're gonna warp to this being recovered. And we're gonna warp to this being done. My plan is to fire all but maybe 20 engineers that we need, and then hire a bunch of research staff. Because that will mean that, hopefully, by 1960, 1961, we can launch Crew. Good news is, we're like one node away from the actual launch vehicle that I would like for Crew. Bad news is, we are many nodes away from unlocking any sort of vehicle that could take Crew into orbit, not sketchily, we'll say. That is not the Blahage 2D, but this is. So this should be tooled. It is. Okay. So at maximum, 110 days. That's not what you promised on the tin, but that's fine. Staff. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, we're at the wrong LC, apparently. Unlock all parts. This is Launch Complex 3. At the wrong LC. So yeah, 108 days. That is not horrendous. But it does mean that we have 100 unassigned engineers. We're going to put 75 in the hangar. And we're going to fire all the rest. Because we don't want to be wasting the money on all of that. Now, hire 100 researchers right there. We have significantly increased our research capability, where does that put the X15 node? About 4 months earlier. That's not terrible. So that's not even bad. Okay. Well, what to do in the meantime? We can do another hypersonic flight or two, I guess. I'm trying to think of what we could possibly do in the hangar. This, we might just want to rush. Let me see what that does to our budget. Oh. Ugh. Oh, well, we're ending the year soon. So that's fine. Let me save before we do that. But I think that would be fine. So SciSat, take 3, warp. Okay. Roll out. We should already have the solar power satellite contract. We do. When does this program expire? Real fucking soon. Oh, we might fail. We may not make it. Yeah, because we're gonna need, there's one more satellite. It's this one. And temperature scan and barometer scan. Does it have to be solar powered? Because that's... If no, I can maybe make that work. No. No solar power. No orbital inclination requirements. We maybe can do that. We would have to do that now, though. So... Oh, Christ. Okay. Let's take a... Ooh. Let's take a look. So, take these off. Take these off. Take these off. Configure experiments. We're gonna have the barometer, the thermometer, and then nothing else. What does that give us delta V wise? 10 kilometers per second. That should be fine, I think. Oh, and that's not even accounting properly. Yeah, we're at 10.8 before fairings up. That's... We can make this work. We can make this work. Question is whether we can get it out in time. That's May the 8th, which is pushing it all the way up to the wire and then some, but we don't have much choice, do we? Okay. Okay. Let's go for it. Hail Mary. We only really get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime, etc. Okay, we need a periaps above 300. I never tested if it can do that, but I reckon it can. Just given the delta V we have. We might need to go back to before and remove some stuff, but I really don't want to have to do that if I can avoid it. But we shall see. I know not. So get our delta V info up. 9.4 is fine. 9.4 is good. 9.4 isn't even the accurate answer, actually. It's probably like 9.5. 9.8, actually. That, yeah. Let's fucking send it. It's saying negative, which is not a good sign. But we're gonna try. And if we can't, then I don't know. We'll figure it out. But oh, but that's trying to send it into polar, which we're absolutely not doing. So now we really should be okay. All right. Here goes nothing. Ignition. Oop. There we go. Lift off. Blahaj 2D on her first orbital mission. We shall see how well she fares. Alright, we're about halfway through the stage's burn time. All is good so far. I don't know what god to pray for RP-1, but I hope they have grace on us. Seems to be pitching over less, which is good. That's what we want, ultimately. Okay, we did suffer a performance loss. Loss of thrust. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. And thankfully it was in the center. Best place we could ever have it. This way we can keep our ISP up as close as we can to nominal. And yeah, we should be good. I don't know why it's not staging, but okay. That does not look good. Might have to assume manual control. I'm gonna actually have you stop at stage 4. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get what you're doing, but you're doing a really bad job at it, MechJeb. Just burn the way that you're going, please. I get that you're trying to get our periaps up, but this ain't the way to do it, buddy. This ain't the way to do it. Okay. Okay. Ah, fuck, we're pitching down. It's not what we want. Can't tell if that's sped up or slowed down our pitch. We're just gonna send it like this, I guess. Oh, God. God help us. Yeah, that's not making orbit. Hmm. Let me load this save. Because I think we need to strip this thing down. I don't think we can launch a satellite this heavy into this kind of orbit yet. And I forgot that the solar satellite contract had parameters. Because, yeah. Alright. Edit you. Honestly, I might not even include any experiments on it. We might just be better off launching what is effectively a solar panel. Hold on. Whoops. So tank UI. That's not what I needed. How do I configure experiments? So, I mean, you weigh nothing, effectively. So what we'll do is we'll put the radiation detector on there. Because that is, I think, the lightest experiment that we have in our arsenal out of all of them. Well, actually, let's just do this, right? Thermometer, barometer, minimum requirement for the weather satellite. What does that give us in terms of capability? And yeah, how does that fare? Okay. So if we do that, we set the utilization to maybe 15%, just to make it as light as physically possible. And that gets us 9.8. Honestly, I think our best bet for this contract is to just not do science. So let's, I guess, not do any science. And we don't need a lot of solar power for the contracts. We just need some, I think. Have positive energy balance, of course. Of course the devs would implement something like that. Whoa. That's a little big. An hour. Really? That's it? Perpetual? Okay. We'll do this. What does that give us? 10 kilometers per second. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, we don't need to tool solar panels. Let's save. And the next satellite is gonna probably just be that minus the solar panels. There we go. Christ. Get that going too. 68 days. Don't know why this one's taking longer. But yeah. We'll warp till this is complete. We're gonna edit this one. Move all science, or remove all solar power. Add the science that we need. And we'll be scraping by. And yeah. Actually, I'm just going to keep this one as is. I'll modify it after the flight, because if we need to fly a second solar power satellite, I want to have that as an option. So we'll do this. I'm going to set this one to have slightly less pitch authority than the other one, and we'll see about that. See how that sort of serves us. So save the game, launch it. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I will be right back, and then we can get to it. All right. Bit of a change of plans. I'm going to set this to 0.75 and this to 0.9. I'm hoping that that's enough to get this thing to be stable and fly in the attitude that we're going to need it to. Okay, that's the one up there. I think that staging should be right. We're gonna have it stop at stage 4 anyway. Just so that we have everything under control. Delta V is reading 10.3. I think we're gonna be okay. We just gotta really lock in this flight. Okay. Steering it a little bit manually just to coax it. But I mean, it is showing us with a pretty damn big surplus of Delta V. Restart PVG a bit. But yeah, I mean, that's positive is positive. Those seem to have been the right settings. So we're off. I'm gonna get the fairings off right now, just to shed as much mass as possible. But yeah, we are stable. Okay. I'm just gonna fly it manually from here, just so that we don't creep too far over 300. And I'm going to enter us into a kind of delicate spin in the last second, hopefully keeping us in something resembling the right attitude. We're going to stage that off, and we'll time warp. We're going to be pointing a little bit up for my liking, but that's fine. Ignition. I feel like that should have counted, but it's technically not. God damn. Fuck. We might just fail this. I don't know what happens if we fail a program. I'm gonna be honest. Damn. I mean, we have the impulse, we just don't have the control. Fuck. Yeah, I might be fucked. Let's go back to the Space Center. I'm gonna add just a tiny thruster on the top of the satellite, just with the hope that maybe, possibly, maybe this can get into orbit. We did build a backup. This is why we built a backup. But yeah, we might end this. We might miss this deadline by a matter of days. Unfortunately. So, not 100% sure what to do about that, honestly. I don't know what happens if we don't complete a program. It seems like it would have serious bad implications, but do we just, like, do we not get funding, but we can still complete it? Like, or do we fail? Because the difference between those two things is pretty significant. Okay. So we put that right on the middle. We fill this with nitrogen. Hopefully that allows us to raise our orbit ever so slightly. We won't actually have control, we'll still be spinning, but in theory, if we're spinning facing prograde at periaps, we should be facing retrograde, or retrograde in at apoaps, and then that means that our satellite should have this thruster be pointing prograde, technically. I think we can operate thrusters with a science core, just not untold parts. How much is that really going to affect us? We'll see. If we need to tool the fucking nitrogen tank, I'll do it. But yeah. There is a chance we're just fucked. This might be the end. It probably isn't, but it could be. Let me see what the difference is in terms of time. Because we're to the point where hours might matter. We got to start working on this weather satellite ASAP. But if we can do it by the skin of our teeth, then so current maximum. Okay. Preview tooling. It's more than a day. We're gonna tool it. Paying $1,000 to save a fucking day seems insane to me, but we need that. You know what we could do? We could have that be a second launch complex for this. Or we could just launch another alicorn, I guess. Like if you have one off. Yeah, same. Same. But I don't know. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, my temperature is looking good at the very least. Don't know if that's any indication. Chest tightness might be alarming, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, we have. We're gonna do. Hold on. Barometer. Thermometer. And let's not put on both fairings yet, because I want to make these fairings as small as I can physically get them. Well, maybe not that small, because we still have tooling considerations. How long is it going to take to build a new launch complex? 143 days. How long will it take to modify this launch complex? 9 days. Modify it. Right. Hydrate. Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope. I don't know. I do feel kind of sick. I'm gonna probably reach out to them fucking tonight and be like, what were your symptoms? Because I sure don't feel good. Okay, engineers. We need 211 new engineers. We can take all of these, essentially, for right now. We'll maybe put 40. But... $135 is gonna have to do. But... let's see. Reconditioning is gonna take 11 days, and then it's 9 days for that, and then we will build another one. I think that's significantly faster. So, benefits of having a launch pad that we're not using, I suppose. Downgrading is proving to be significantly easier than upgrading. So we got SciSat 2 there. In reality, pneumonia is kind of a symptom. Yeah, it they had bacterial pneumonia that they got from their friend, so I know that it's contagious. Now, they were wearing a face mask, for what that's worth, but, I don't know. They probably shouldn't have been at work, but that's not my call. Any reconditioning rollout. Motherfucker, that's all done. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm full of shit. Hold on. But I'm asking them if they had a fever. Launch Complex 2A. Okay, we are completed with that. We're gonna build a new launch complex. We're gonna haul ass. Ah, God, I feel like shit. It's pretty quickly onset because I didn't feel like this morning, but I don't know. It's probably just anxiety. It's probably nothing. I'm still scared. Okay, switch to LC. Current. Okay, modify. What will be our maximum engineers? How do I see that? 224. Modify. Big fucking bet. Alright. Yeah, no, pneumonia is a symptom. It's not... I don't know. I do wonder... Let's see. What is happening? Launch Complex 3 is rushing. This is a max of 211. This has a max of 224. We actually can launch more efficiently out of the new pad, by the looks of it. Don't know why. It's presumably a little bit bigger of a pad, which means that we can have more personnel, which I think probably has the trade-off that cycling the pad takes longer. I don't know. I don't know how these things work, if I'm being honest. I'm not super familiar with how LC&P works, but I do like it so far. Okay, I accidentally built one extra. I think. Yeah, I did. Okay. So, get rid of these guys. We're gonna name you Atmosat. I know, real original. But, yeah. So at current pace, this will take 87 days. That ain't bad. And we're going to reassign all engineers once this is done to this pad. Yeah. All right. that gets us May. We'll build 2, actually. Well, actually, we're gonna build the second one here. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 7. I can't remember if it's June or July that is our cutoff. If it's June, we're fucked. We only get one shot, one opportunity. Do not miss your chance to blow, etc. It's June. Fuck me. All right. Mid-June, very least. But yikes. So yeah, we might move it over here. Transfer crew or transfer personnel. So let's see. We need to modify Luca with a new cockpit. Genuinely, I might just be having shortness of breath from anxiety induced by what is happening in game right now. Because Jesus. Okay. So let's remove that. Remove that. And let's put on the new cockpit. Good. It counts this as building an entirely new aircraft, which I don't think is fair, actually. But, I mean, what do I know? Okay, well, we also don't have the funds to do it. Oh. Let's see here. Okay. Let's try positioning it differently. So we do this, and we change the scale, and then we change the depth. That should work. Alternatively, we just change the entire stripe size. I mean, that looks okay. That does look okay. Acknowledged. Okay, what do you mean by that? Because I don't... Aluminum stringer tanks. We have aluminum stringer tanks. Those are a thing that we have. I don't understand. Oh, what is happening? Well, I guess we're just going to hold off on that for a sec. And we will transfer all staff to this launch complex. Okay. I wonder... Bear with me. I'm going to have some kind of protein and see if that helps. Because if it doesn't, I might lie down and end stream. But I really don't want to do that, because I would like to get something successfully launched today. So I'm going to I'm going to probably put it on the waiting screen for like 15 minutes, take a little break, come back. So, alright, see you then. All right. I am feeling somewhat better. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Um... Hmm. I am not sure what's happening. I'm gonna be honest. Other than that, we've gone into the negative somehow. Um... Scrap that. Let's roll this back real quick. We're gonna edit it, and we're gonna add a little nitrogen thruster. All right. Isogrid. Because, yeah, we pretty much have to come back to this quick save. Because I don't think that there were any made. Okay. Let me fix the staging as well. Boom, boom. That's 10. So... tool all, save edits, unlock and acknowledge. I think maybe the launch pad sent us over. I'm not 100% sure. It also might have just been all the rushing. Okay. Rollout. And let's give it a launch attempt. Okay. I'm still gonna have it stop early. As good of a job as it does, I don't trust it. Alright. We're pitching the way that we're meant to be. Okay. Engine failure. Premature shutdown. But shouldn't be too big of a deal breaker. Well, that happened. Glad the engine didn't explode. That's what I thought had happened. But okay. Okay. That's actually the attitude that we want, more or less. Okay, 300, 965. Go ahead and stop time warp. And fire. Our apoaps is raising more than I really would like, if I'm being honest, but hopefully we make orbit. We do not. Bummer. Okay. Oop, don't revert. Go to the Space Center. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. We apparently have to wait for it to die. Oh wait, I can range safety it. Yep. Cool. Space Center. We're just gonna build a second one of those. Ice King of Space. Thank you for the follow. Excellent Kerbling. I sure shit am giving it a college try. But I'm just hoping that I don't know. I'm hoping that we can make it to orbit in time to complete this contract, which we have 4 months and we have to orbit 2 more satellites, and that's a really tough ask. But yeah. I'm gonna maybe put RCS on this stage. My thinking being that that seems to be what's killing us. Good luck, I'll be lurking. Understood. Yeah, that seems to be what's really doing us in. And maybe this fixes that. Yeah, not much of a Delta V hit here, admittedly. We have the Delta V to do what we need to do, frankly. But probably only need one of them, honestly. But we'll do that. Because we need it for the last, like, couple seconds. Okay. Launch that. Unlock, acknowledge. Okay. And then how close are we to having the other launch pad? Also, when will this be done? 69 days. It'll be done in April. We're gonna need this to be built simultaneously, I'm afraid. We'll keep that general design. We'll configure this to have a thermometer and a barometer. And we will decrease the fairing size. As much as we can. And yeah, that is our best bet for right now, at least. Atmoset, save, and then yeah, I guess we're good to go there. Oh, fucking hell! Still don't feel good, but I'm starting to feel better. I don't like that my body just gets sick sometimes. Randomly. Seemingly randomly, at least. Okay. So we have 211 there. We're gonna remake this launch pad and see how that works. If it's gonna send us over funding wise, we may not be able to do it. And we might just have to fail this program. I don't reckon it'll come to that, but it could. So we shall see. But budget. So if we modify this launch pad, it's going to cost $5,000 to modify. Okay. So we're in the negative for the year. Let's say if we're losing 400 a day, then we have, what is that? 100 days left, maybe? Until we run out of money? Which, yikes. Huge yikes. Let's see. We have one slot open, but I don't think there's any. We could actually accept early commercial applications or Earth observation satellites. If we, or no, we can't because we need the early satellites. God damn. Okay. Okay. Damn. That kind of sucks. All right. Well, we have Launch Complex 2. 41,249 is what we have right now. Okay, so we are actually gaining money. Unless we like lose it at the beginning of the day or something. No, we're gaining money. It's just incredibly slowly. But we are going to lose funds this month, which is not great. We are steadfast approaching the red, but that's fine. I just don't know what to do about that fact. It's like, you know, sure, we could lay off staff, but I really don't want to do that. Okay. We'll start building this, and then in however many days, we're going to switch staff over to this launch pad, and we'll launch it from this launch pad. But we're going to start losing funds fast. So, saving and warping. And warping some more. We cannot have this fail. To the point where I'm just gonna it's gonna succeed. There's no failure. We're just gonna launch this thing until it works. I think we hired too many researchers or engineers or both, but it's too late now. So we're doing a nighttime launch. Yeah. All right, let's get going. Autopilot isn't engaged. Ignition. Liftoff. God damn it. Get off! Get off! Go away! We don't want you! I don't even know if you can see them on stream. Let's turn up the ambient light. God, it is just glued on there, huh? Okay. I don't know that we're gonna be able to separate, but we're figured out. What if I spin? Will you come off if I spin? No, not really. Okay. 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 Quick save. By no means the most efficient ascent, but we really should have more than we need in terms of Delta V. Let's stage. Holy shit, that was nearly a collision. Please make orbit. Alright. We're gonna revert to launch and try again. You got it, Kerbal Boy. I think if we didn't have fucky fairy separation there, we could have done that, but... Okay. flying this thing somewhat kind of pseudo-manually, but... There we go. Okay, I guess I'm flying you manually too. Since you're not wanting to behave. Okay. Good fairings up. Stop jittering. Okay. Sorry that I'm not talking much. I'm in, like, very much focus mode. Alright. Disengage. Okay. Okay. We'll use part of this nitrogen to boost up, I guess. Okay. Ignition. Here's hoping. That's orbit, but is it the orbit we need? Not quite. But we do have a nitrogen thruster on this thing. If all works properly, we should be able to boost our apoaps, or boost our periaps at apoaps. But it is going to require us going into the atmosphere here briefly. But shouldn't be too low to get cooked. Just a little bit toasted. I'm just hoping that we can make the tiny, tiny little correction burn that we will have to make. All right. Quick saving. And command, control from here, reversed, thrust. Holy shit, this might work. No fucking way. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! $320 by 1400. Let's fucking go! Oh, we're so back. Oh, we are so back. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. No, do not revert. do not revert. Holy fucking shit. All right. Well, we are one contract away. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Took like 3 tries, but might have even been more than that if you count the scrubs, but man, oh man. Okay. Let's get our staff from this launch complex to this one. Stop rushing that. And start rushing this one. That actually won't be done in time. Yeah, that won't be done in time. Damn. Well, I'm gonna save. We're just gonna see what happens. But, I mean, we have to... We have to warp so that we get, the contract completed. Okay. Well, we've completed that. Whether or not the game recognizes if we have, we've completed that. So, let's see. Cheats. No, contract active. Complete. All right. Atmospheric analysis satellite. 654 by 251. We can do that. With what we currently have, we can do that. So let me see how I can shave a couple days off. Because we need about a week off of this so that we can roll it out in time. This one also just can't fail. Like that's not an option. God, my fucking palms are sweating. All right. So what are the orbital parameters? 251. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable saying we don't actually need that. Let's see. 41 days left versus what? 41 days, 9 hours, 6 minutes. God, so that actually increases time. What the fuck? Okay. I mean, I guess. Okay. Oh. Hold on. One hour 52 minutes. 1 hour 50 minutes. Okay, so that does increase cost. Just any changes are gonna increase the time. Cancel edits. We're just gonna we'll be a week late. Let me go see if it has like failure conditions. Doesn't look to. I don't see anything explicitly saying like if you fail. So here's what we're gonna do. We're getting rid of Von Braun. He's slowing stuff down. We can get him back later. But and right now, we need this rather than Von Braun. I assume we can rehire him. Because if they don't eventually come back, then you wouldn't be able to... You could just fire all these people and run out of people. And that puts it a little faster. Not probably fast enough, but a little faster. Save the game. Minus 131. Minus 113. Okay, so these people were not getting bid much. Got it. I could also fire researchers, but I really don't want to. So we're gonna just stick with this and warp to complete. And warp to rollout. Deadline 13th of June, 1958. This is the 16th of June, 1958. I guess nothing happens. We just stop receiving funds for it. So let's launch. And I'll probably fly this one manually too, just as a precaution. You know, in theory, these rockets can fly themselves. In practice, I don't trust them to. But yeah, I guess there is no penalty for deadline. We might lose some like reputation or something that I didn't see. But I think the deadline is just when you stop getting funding. Okay. So ascent guidance. What does the contract stipulate? 251. We'll do 255 by 255. We're gonna start this at 50, and we'll just pitch over. 1 got us into 200. I assume this setting will get us close. Oh, let's do 50. Save game. Engage. Ignite. We let autopilot fire the first 2 stages. If I need to take over the second stage, I can. But yeah, we should have plenty of Delta V, to be honest. We really should just be okay. Except that we had an engine failure, so I'm gonna have to take over manual command here. Which engine was it? Top engine this time. Yeah, these engines, they can get kind of reliable, but they're not amazing to start with, at least. I just would like us over the Kármán line before stage sub, honestly. Higher we can get, the better, but Kármán line is a necessity. Okay. We should name this satellite after the little rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. Since he's a bit late. Okay. B-51, okay. This should be good then. Damn it, we had a performance loss. I need to just shut up. Or loss of thrust, rather. That's maybe okay? I'm not 100% sure. Do we have ISP loss as well? No. No. I'm surprised it burned all the way, honestly. Alright, disengage. Okay. Firing. Oh, come the fuck on. I should have quick saved. God damn it. I'm gonna accept that. If we can transmit the science, I'm gonna accept that. Because I should have just... I should have just saved there, gone up to Apoaps, and then staged again. But... yeah. We got both of them, and... yeah... because I could just rerun that launch and do it again, and it would be fine. So, we'll mark that as complete. I'm a little bit ashamed of today, but we have somewhat successfully completed the light satellite program. With only 2 scratches. Womp womp. I know. I want to do it above the books, but... Aster the Train Fox, thank you for the follow. If anybody else has followed today and I've missed it, I'm sorry. I don't have my headphones on, so I can't really hear it when OBS sends me like a notification ping. But yeah, I've seen 2 new follows today. God only knows how many I haven't seen, but probably not that many. But yeah. Okay. So that's this, and I can mark that as complete. And we can try for crewed orbit. Which I assume is what we're gonna do. But frankly, before we do that, Hold on. One of my friends asked me a campus-related question. Okay, so we are going to... We're going to edit Luca. We're going to get her an X-15 cockpit, and we're going to try and send a person to space. I think there have only been 2. Yeah. Yeah. It's 2 more than I wanted, though. Okay. So, it's probably going to make me rebuild the plane. Yes, it is. Thanks. Thanks for that. Recolor. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Honestly, I think that looks good. Let's see if we could... We totally could. We totally fucking could. Yeah, fuck it. Let me just slide this forward real quick so that I can access this one. But, whoop. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna move the little Lucas. I grabbed the whole fucking plane. We're gonna move the little Lucas to the side tanks here. And same thing right here. And that is going to be the X4A. Luca 2. All right. Save edits. Unlock part and continue. I love the paint scheme. Oh my god. Thank you. It is based on Luca's colors. It's kind of a running bit that all of my X-planes are named after Vocaloids. So we had Gumi, which is the X1. I guess I could show you all the X-planes. We had the X1 blew up multiple times. We rebuilt a couple of them. They all blew up. Gumi is officially retired. But we have the X2A Miku 2, which is our sort of jet for flying at high Mach numbers. I should have just hopped into the hangar and then loaded the vessels. But this is the Miku 2, featuring Mikachu, I guess. I don't... Sonic Outfit Miku, and Sonic Outfit Miku doing the haha 1. But yeah, it's cyan. It's Miku colored. You know, Miku. And then we have the X3 Kaito, which is this bad boy. It's a box wing. It's meant to fly at high altitudes. It's decently good at doing its job, but probably going to retire soon, just because the max altitude that I've seen has been like a 30 kilometer, and I just can't do that. Thank you. And then this is the, whoops, that's not it. That's a very old design. This is the X1B. Oops, no, it's not. Hold on. This one, maybe? Yes, the X1A Gumi 2. Gumi. I don't know if it's Gumi or Gumi 2, but yeah, there she is. It's ugly as sin, but it's carrot colored. So yeah. That's the full suite of X-Planes. We're gonna have an X5 here in a little bit, unnamed as of yet. I kind of was hoping that Sega had a Vocaloid that was dinosaur themed, so that I could name my dinosaur after a dinosaur. But the closest I've seen, I think, was like Megpoid. No, it wasn't Megpoid. Oh, what the fuck is it called? My friend was texting me. Gotchapoid. But they're ugly as shit, and also only barely dinosaur themed. So we're probably gonna just find another name for it that isn't dinosaur themed, unfortunately. But yeah, that is the status of the X-Planes program. So let's see. Current vessel, 113 engineers, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then fucking all of them. Okay. So we appear to be losing funding. Like, bad. Presumably because we're entering the point where this is not sustaining us much. You really live up to the plane girl thing well. I like planes. I don't know. I like space planes. I like planes. I like braced wings. I like box wings. Like, just, I like making weird fucky things that shouldn't be able to fly really well. It's just a goddamn shame because I don't want to work for the military. So we ball, I guess. See, as much as I want to do like faster breakneck, we're doing space planes. I don't think I can do that. So we're gonna probably do this. Work for the first A in NASA. They have some funky things flying. That's true. X-59 is something that I'm very interested in. I'm gonna save just because I feel we need to be precautionary here. We might be able to do it by 62, honestly. Let's see, what kind of funding do we get for that? 200,000 a year. We are losing 100,000 a year. So we'd get basically double our current capabilities. That might be okay. Let me do some back of the napkin math. 10 plus 20 plus 15 is 55 there. Now, suborbital spaceplanes requires 15, 25, 25 plus 18 plus 55, 25, 18, 55 is 98. That's a lot. 98 science is a lot. 98 science is a fuck of a lot. Let's Hold on. Hmm. 11.2 kilograms per meter squared. 12 kilograms. Okay. Serious weight reductions right here. 0.8 kilograms. Wow. I mean, they probably generate a lot more power. So that probably is more substantial than it sounds. But it sounds like shit. Let's see. Because if I can launch an actual scientific satellite that can get some actual science done, then I might be able to get crew by 62. Maybe. I just kind of feel like I'm going to have to do Mercury at that point. I really don't want to, but all right, let's make ourselves a new satellite. Okay. So just cylinder, science core, avionics prototypes. We'll do 500 meters. We'll do some static solar panels. And we'll set these to level 1. If we can. Do we not actually have that ability? We sure don't. We sure don't. Okay. Well, let's see. Perpetual. So that's basically what we need, is just to be able to turn off all of the experiments and have it survive. Early TV camera. That's going to be pretty useful, hopefully, because we'll be doing biome stuff. Let me see what other stuff that we have is worth doing. So currently researched. Fuck. Holy hell. Okay. Well, biological sample. Cosmic ray science. What are you worth? 10? And then high altitude flights. We're gonna get... I do think that we can get all that science in, like, maybe a year or two. And I mean, we're going to be researching things along the way. Oh, man. I think we could do it. I think I'd be more comfortable accepting this at normal speed, and then maybe something else like, you know, early lunar probes or something. But I want to see... I'm going to go hop into my sandbox save for a little bit. I want to see if the biological sample return capsule can be returned in just like a beryllium heat shield. Maybe a payload fairing. Which I know that we can actually get an X-15 cockpit into orbit that way, but that's not allowed. Like sometimes there isn't a rule in the rule book that says a dog can't play basketball, but you just have to be like, no. No. It's like, does it count as getting crew to orbit if they're in a fucking cockpit praying for dear life that they don't melt? Uh, eh, eh, eh. Eh. Um. All right. We're gonna need a heavier LV, both to launch crew and to launch the sample return. Probably. I mean, I don't actually know. We're gonna space need a bigger space boat. Yeah, more or less. Unfortunately. So I think it's this one. This is what? Biology 2? Yeah. Me when I was in high school, I guess. Um okay. So heat sink, heat shield. We want it to be big and nice and round. And we're gonna put like a boat tail adapter. And we're gonna make the base size really fucking small. And we're gonna make this one. I gotta figure out how small this is. About 0.8, we'll call it. And then we need the height to be nowhere near that. And let us see how that looks. Kind of like a Soyuz. I fuck with it. Extra radius. Okay. Okay. And it should point the right direction, in theory. So we just need this. I forget you can't do it like that anymore. Apply settings. Honestly, I don't like the way that looks. I'm just gonna do this. That should work. And then ledge. We'll do this number. No, fairing decoupler off. And then we're gonna need a science core, I think technically. Uh, there we go. Um, we're gonna put that about there. Avionics prototypes. Cool. How many hours? 4 days. Sounds good. So this is our tiniest little babyest reentry capsule. It needs to be a little longer. Pin that open. Right. Little more. There we go. So that's our little reentry capsule. I don't think our vehicle can get that to orbit. I would not reckon. Now, how long does this experiment take? Filter by current vessel. 1 day. I have an idea. Does it work? I don't know, but I do have an idea. If my game ever stops lagging. Thank you. So, not engine. RCS. Baby RCS. And then we're going to need a little bit of nitrogen. We pack that up on top. Isogrid tank. Boop, boop. Go. And there we go. So, what if we put this on a very high, technically still suborbital trajectory? Basically launch this thing in such a way that it has a very high apoapsis and a periapsis of like 90 something. So that over the course of a couple of orbits, it will actually re-enter itself. Because that'll cause it to re-enter quite steeply, which is what we need. But also, it will cause it, that's not what I wanted, it will cause it to not quite need as much delta V, hopefully. Yeah, I know that it's something that has been done. I'll get a decoupler for this, just posterity's sake. Tiny little baby decoupler. And we'll clip it out a little bit so that it's not touching the parachute. So yeah, this could maybe possibly work. Now, the other option would be to... guess we may not be able to use RCS actually for spinning. Because the other option is that if we're researching engines, we're going to have another gamma stage that we could do. And so what we could do is make a very evolved version of the Blahaj 2. That has a couple of notable improvements. First of these would be liquid boosters. Not big liquid boosters, admittedly, but liquid boosters that can likely improve performance quite a bit. So that is the first element. Will you be going down the line of all the IKEA plushies? That was my thought. I hadn't made up my mind on it, but that was my thinking, yeah. And so we would fill these up. That's the wrong engine. We'd fill these up like that. 257 is too much, but we would have the 301 by then. 225. So we'd do something like that, and then we would put a new gamma stage powered by the gamma 2 on this stage, and this would be our thing there. So 2 minutes 20. We'll do that. 1.6 meters. We need maybe 7 tons of avionics tops. Okay. Oh, okay. We can totally get by with less than this. Two hours. Okay. My thinking is that we would shape this kind of like the Delta K stage, which is one of my favorite rocket stages just by like shape. Fucking neurodivergent ass thing to say, but we would have this sort of truss up top that supports the avionics unit, and yeah, this would be tiny stage wearing big stage pants. Exactly, you get it. And so this would be our third stage, and in big stage pants fashion, we would have an interstage here that is going to be 1.6 by 1.6. Very little height, and then a ton of extra height with fairings that go up and touch on the avionics unit. That big shirts gay, big pants gay meme, but it's fairing or big nozzle real. And so we'd have that. And that might be able to launch it. Very much emphasis on might. But yeah, let's take a look. Current save. Untitled spacecraft. Okay. Oh, easily. Oh, easily. So, what we'll actually do here is we will have a baby sergeant on top, and we'll do that sort of thing. And this will position itself in orbit so that this baby sergeant is pointing retrograde, and we will send ourselves flying fast as shit in the retrograde direction. I don't know if that'll be steep enough, if I'm being honest, but it's the best I've got right now. So we'll polish it up a little bit. But I would say I like that a good bit. And I mean, I'd be willing to make this our new sort of Blahage evolution. So let's try that. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Real. All right. So re-entry test save. Oh fuck, we're not gonna have avionics to point this thing. We are going to have to passively wait for this thing to sort of make its way into a retrograde orbit, or retrograde position. That's fine. We can do that. We just gotta make sure that it's like spun stabilized. But that's not hard to do. The only other option would be to use a smaller rocket of some kind to launch this thing up to like 1,000,000 meters and have it slam into the atmosphere at full force after like a 2-hour flight. But that's not a thing that's gonna probably get us very far. Okay. Not me actually clicking that as if it was gonna be a GIF. Oh wait, I think... Yes, so we need to be facing prograde. Despite my instincts. Wait, that wasn't supposed to be a link. Yeah. Discord's fucky like that. Okay. So then we ditch the motor. And we just kind of time warp. And hope that we are in heat shield side first. Which we are. But whether or not we stay that way is yet to be seen. In theory, we're more stable in a heat shield pointed in orientation, but I don't know. I'm not 100% certain. The other benefit is we're very light. We should bleed off a lot of velocity very quickly. All enabled. Please nothing melt off. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Come on, you can take it. You can take it. Dice Ike and Dice Duna are arriving at Dunit soon. Nice. Go the Vostok route and become Orb. Yeah, spherical heat shields aren't in the game yet, though. God, we are really just going Mach fuck, aren't we? Christ almighty. Alright, well, we set our deployment altitude to, like, 10 kilometers? We'll actually do 20, just so that we can get it out of the way. and see to it that it actually works. And then I'll set our sort of deployment to 10. Oh my god, this is gonna work. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Alright. Well, Aster, before I end stream, I'm gonna show you our first satellite, as I think you'll quite like it. The plan is to develop Dinosaur or some other cargo spaceplane. I'll probably make a custom one, honestly, and send it up to go retrieve said satellite in a few years, which will be hard because it's spin stabilized, but I think you'll understand why I want to bring it home when when we load in. It was the first satellite of the save. Unfortunately, it was not launched on a Blahaj rocket, but it was launched on a rocket based on the Blahaj rocket. Building Dinosaur means building my favorite spacecraft part, the trans stage. Well, we're not going to have the trans stage, probably. I'm not a huge fan of Titan trans stage, but we might have something called the trans stage, just for obvious reasons. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking we're honestly going to end up doing Vega, because the thing about Vega is that it is a vacuum optimized. Exactly. It is a vacuum optimized Vanguard stage. And Vanguard is what Blahaj is using, because Blahaj's original engines were the prototype engines for Vanguard. So it is a direct line of lineage. It's also a direct line of getting as much tech reliability as we can. Vega is very, very reliable in comparison to Vanguard. So yeah. But let's go visit our first satellite, shall we? In orbit for a little bit over a year. Ah, it's in darkness. Well, let's get it into the sun. But yeah, this is our first satellite. It's called Blahaj-sat. The Blahaj was not my build. It was a different person named Lucy, I believe, who submitted it to, or gave it to Beastie Pig for some, or not Beastie Pig, Beastie 1 for some use or another, and I ended up with it, and yeah. No, it's fully procedural parts. It's beautiful. So we plan on going back and retrieving it. I'm probably just gonna cut this part off of the satellite, remove the motor, and put this in the payload bay. So yeah, no, it's really cute. I saw it and I was like, I see an opportunity here for something really funny, and I couldn't I couldn't say no. So yeah, but anyway, we're gonna head back to the Space Center. I'm gonna probably head off for the night, and I'm gonna throw y'all over to Ray's space because he is streaming, and yeah. Unless there's somebody else streaming RP-1 or something. There is! We're gonna go to B. Shimoda. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Doing their first playthrough of RP-1. It was wonderful to have you. If you'd like, I do have a Discord server. It's linked down below. And I highly recommend joining. Keep up with what I do. And yeah. I'm going to hopefully be starting an RP-1 YouTube series here in a little bit. Because I got a free copy of Adobe Creative Cloud from one of my classes. So I'm hoping to start editing through my backlog of footage whenever my depressed ass actually gets motivation to. But until then, I will see y'all around. I will be streaming again on Saturday. And let's go give B. Shimoda some love on their first RP-1 playthrough. Thanks again for coming out. Aw, I can't raid them. Oh, that's lame. Alright, well let's just go over to this link, I guess. If you wish. It's a raid in spirit. But I'll see y'all around.